What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Just About Anything, where I talk about just about anything with damn near just about anybody. Today we got a twofer. We got your man, Chris Rivera.
What's up,
and
everybody?
we got the camera boy, my brother,
me.
Kim. So I got him on because, as you probably can tell by just looking at this fine gentleman here, he's very in shape, and I want to do one where we really talk about like fitness and kind of get into the nitty gritties of that. And I'm not that knowledgeable about it, but these two guys are a lot more than I am. So I kind of just brought you guys on so I could learn some stuff, and hopefully you guys can too. And also we can just shoot the shit. So Chris, I guess why don't you tell people like your background in this kind of stuff? So people,
Oh my god.
yeah.
So
It's like I have 15.
no. So I started when I was about 14 or 15.
Before you, I just asked you a question. I'm cutting off. I think it is hilarious because both of us have known you since you were like what, 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little kid.
Yeah.
Transformation.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Literally Pokemon evolution.
Oh yeah. I'll get to that. I'll get to that. So yeah, I cycled everywhere as a kid.
Yeah, you
so
did.
I always had good quads. But yeah, I started weightlifting in 9th grade, and really it was like half-ass. I would be the coach didn't give a fuck as long as you dressed out. I would sleep on the leg press machine, lay back and fall asleep. But you know, when he would give out the test we would do, it would be a paper written test, but then it would also be a physical test. And I did fairly well. I played football, soccer with the kids in my neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know, I was always active, cycling everywhere, like I said. But it wasn't until I really got serious to like my junior and senior year where every day after high school, I would go train with Lewis and his dad, and we'd go to the YMCA every day after high school. You know, was it the best workouts? Probably not, but it was a good start.
Yeah.
Lewis's dad knew some stuff because he played professional baseball, and he would have us lift weights and run, and oh my god, he would put us through the circuit. And we did really well with that.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized I really wanted to get more involved in this, and I started school at UCF, and I'm in the sports and exercise science major.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all I do really. I work, school, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Work out.
Lift weights.
So yeah, that's how I got here.
Like what so my very, very, very small like experience with exercise and like fitness was through MMA. Like,
Oh yeah.
So like I did that for a very short spell until I got hurt, and then I stopped. But even in just that time, you gain the respect for it. Like what your body,
I bet.
the best that your body can be. You know, like I don't like what kind of stuff kind of got you into it, or was it just realizing that you were old and and that time is fleeting?
Oh man, dude, I've never really been like serious about that type of stuff. I just got curious. I was like, well, I've always had abs, but
The genetics.
what good is that?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like what good is having abs and stuff if you can't really do anything with the rest of your body?
That's
and I was
fair.
just like, okay, let's see what happens. I have no formal training or nothing like that. I just started picking shit up and putting it down, you know,
Yeah,
just seeing how far I could get.
There's
from
a
there.
phrase where a skinny guy with abs is like a fat chick with tits.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
It's just like you get them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You get them for free.
Oh, obviously.
That's like the weird thing now. Like with me, I remember I was actually talking to somebody yesterday about this. I was like, we were looking at an old Facebook picture of myself, and I was just like, I had everything. I had like
My God.
abs. I had everything, and now I don't know. But like I feel like I kind of cheat the system sometimes because like I feel like I get results for absurd like less work.
Yeah, I was gonna say minimal.
Like, yeah, the most minimal work will give me some like
happens.
quality results. And I'm just like, that's why I get so upset at myself when like I know I'm letting myself slip because like it's easy for you, Joe. Like, there's no excuse. Like, I don't know. Like, do you have something similar to that, or is it more so of like you got to put in the grind?
Oh my God, you guys knew me from
That's true.
when I was 12.
Well, I imagine things are different now, though.
You know, when I started working out, my best lift was the squat because I had some sort of leg development from the cycling. But man, it took me. People didn't notice that I lift until I was about 20, 21. And I was already working out for 5-6 years lifting weights. It wasn't until I got to about 20 years old where it's like, man, Chris is looking pretty big. And it was a shock to me. So, yeah. It took me a while. Where you had these genetic freaks that naturally they look huge and they could do the worst program ever and they're going to look like Arnold. I mean, all they do is eat a lot, do some small weights, few running, and they're
I remember
jacked,
that was like the running joke between the three of us. Like, you would literally come over and be like, the genetics.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's like Vegeta and Goku.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, so to get into like some of the nitty gritty, like what kind of common misconceptions do you think people have when it comes to like just getting themselves into shape? Not necessarily like between diets, like workout, like what do you think usually is the, I guess, because I'm assuming you've had some experience with people that are like, I want to get into shape. What should I do, Chris?
I'll tell you what's the most common.
Yeah.
To get it immediately.
Really?
Oh my God.
You think?
Why you think those infomercials exist? Get this in 30 days. Get this in, 5-6 weeks, and get abs and that shit takes at least a year. At least for your average person.
Yeah, for average
to
person.
see actual, muscularity on you, it's gonna take a little bit.
I wonder
anything appreciable, anyways.
Huh. Do you think there's a way to how do you keep somebody
motivated?
Yeah, like while they're grinding through that. I mean, I guess that's like on them. You know, like that's
they gotta want that for themselves.
What's good is the numbers. So if your goal is weight loss, you want to see, the scale continuously go down. And then if you want to put on size and strength, obviously you gotta see the numbers you're putting on the bar progressively. And then, I was always told, Chris, just keep getting stronger and looks will come. And that's exactly what I did. I just kept putting more weight on the bar until one day I look in the mirror and I'm like, man, I look great.
Yeah.
So
I wonder, because I guess you it's weird. I always remember the story when you were in high school and the kid that tried to like fucking steal your shit.
Oh yeah.
And it, cause like have you never heard about this?
Steal your shit. What is that?
I don't think he has.
Okay, so when we were in high school for 1 year together, right? I think we had 1 year of overlap.
I think so. So yeah, you were just coming out.
Yeah, I was a freshman. He was a senior, and so we used to call him the Candy Man. Yeah, because he used to buy candy from like wherever, bring it to school, sell it, make ridiculous money as a kid. Just doing that, flipping it over and over,
hustling the candy,
You see that a lot in Halloween.
Yeah. But like year round. And what was funny was technically it was against school policy.
Yeah, fuck that.
But he sold it to the teachers too. Yeah. So what are they gonna do?
Wow.
Well, they're gonna shut down their own supply. So like he did that for a while, and this guy was like, oh, he makes a fuck ton of money. I'm gonna take his money. Like he was like during like in the lunchroom.
Oh, straight up take his money.
Yeah, he tried to like fucking take his shit, and Kim was like, well, I may look skinny, but he like picks this guy up and fucking slams him like on a table. And I was just like,
no. That is not what happened. Dude.
No.
Okay. So he tries to take my shit, right? I didn't just pick him up and slam him. No. There was this little Debbie stand, in the cafeteria.
Because that's good. That's good for kids. A little Debbie snack
I
cake.
was just minding my own business. I wanted my oatmeal cream pie. All right. Well, he tried to take my shit, and I throw him over my shoulder into the little Debbie stand. There's this little poor Asian cafeteria lady is standing on the other side, selling the stuff to the people. I mean, looking back at it, I kind of feel bad about that for her. But yeah, that's how that happened. Give me my shit over my shoulder, through the table, the
snacks,
little Debbie snacks everywhere.
Everybody's stealing them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Piranhas.
Funny enough, nobody did. I don't know
Really?
why. That was crazy.
Unreal. I guess everybody was like,
They're probably too focused on the fight.
Yeah,
yeah.
somebody
Probably.
did.
How much in trouble you get?
Funny. 0. Because
This dude was the mafia. And so, like,
I wasn't a dick to anybody, man. Yeah. Like, I didn't fuck with people at school. Yeah. So I was cool with a lot of people. And then like when like the people who came to like break it up and shit, people I didn't even know, they were like, he didn't do nothing. That dude over there, he was messing with him. He tried to steal his shit. Don't do nothing to him. He was,
wow.
I was like, yo,
the mafia.
I'm walking from this shit. Fuck yeah.
Meanwhile, I get in the fight. I get suspended for 3 days.
Strangely enough, nobody fucked with me after that. It was really good.
Yeah. It's like a prison. It's funny. Like, seriously, like most college, high school, anytime when you have like people, like a bunch of people together like that, like there's a degree of that like system where it's like,
oh yeah, it's like gangs.
Yeah, it's like you deal with the big guy. Like whether you win or lose, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like if you show people that if you're gonna fuck with me, it's gonna at least cost you something. Whether it's like a punch in the face, something. Like it's not gonna be easy. Like nobody fucks with you. It's a lesson to the kids. Get in a fight. Don't do that, please. No. But yeah. I mean, like to get back onto what I was talking about, I have some notes. I specifically didn't let you see them because I wanted.
You wanted the.
You're being tested.
The real answer.
Yeah. So I think we were talking earlier about like what your guys' goals versus like mine. Like,
okay.
Because you guys are like, you were just trying to like put up
numbers,
more weights, more numbers, and I don't really know what you're thinking. You're just trying to see like how much you can get to at your weight.
Yeah.
So you're trying to maintain weight.
Yeah.
But gain numbers as well.
Well, to see how far can I go with this? Because I know, like, man, I'm like 6 foot.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh like 165.
That's crazy.
Wow, you're skinny.
Yeah.
Holy shit. How much do you like?
The most that I have lifted right now is 210, but that was only because that's how much that's all the
how
plates
much
I got.
You have.
And when I lift it, I know I could lift more. I know I could.
That's crazy.
We're talking on the bench press, right?
Yeah,
bench press.
How good of a parameter is like bench pressing in terms of like max or like knowing how much somebody can lift?
It's a good indicator for upper body strength for sure.
Would you suggest something else?
It's used in 3 areas specifically: powerlifting, because it's one of their main lifts. You'll see the highest numbers in that sport. It's used in the NFL Combine, the 225 test. It's you don't need to pause or anything. It's usually just bounce off the chest, full lockout, and they just rep out 225. And you'll see these monsters do like 50 plus reps.
Unreal.
I mean, it is crazy. I mean, it's bounce and go.
Yeah,
it's like you're cheating each one, but they're able to dish it out like 50 something times. That's the rule. So everybody's doing it. You have these monster football players because when they're on their field, they need to be able to shove you forward, and the bench press is a good test for that. And then you have it's also in the Paralympics, so you have people with missing legs, and they, so, other issues, and a bench press is a good strength test, as a general thing for them. So it's in those 3 categories. It's a good upper body strength test for sure.
Why do I see that some people prefer things like deadlifts?
Well, you hear deadlifts get the title of king of exercises because it works out more muscle mass throughout the whole body. I mean, you're working out literally every muscle, not to the full range of motion of each muscle, but you're hitting everything in your whole body. And it's the most basic thing. Just pick something up off the ground. You don't need a bench. You could pick up, you see these strongman guys picking up stones. It's the most basic thing. That's what we do as humans. We pick stuff up and take it somewhere.
Yeah.
Tell me how many times you do that throughout the day.
Yeah.
You know? So.
That's, I guess, I never really thought of it like that. Like when we would do like drills for jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and stuff, it was a lot of like, it reminded me of when I did football in high school, where like you'd be pushing a sled, but it's a lot of like, instead of pushing the sled, it was more so of how can you leverage that weight to bring somebody down, but you're still pushing that person. So I guess in that regard would explain why you do have MMA fighters that do a lot of like bench press, like just in terms of just gaining strength, because you need that forward like right ability to like either get someone down or get someone off of
or
you,
to
like,
strengthen your punch,
or to strengthen your punch. You know? Like I'd like to get back into that. I just don't have the time. It sucks. But
that's no excuse.
That is the excuse. That is the excuse. It's like
I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it.
No,
I'm doing this shit every fucking week, and then I work 40 hours. And
you can find the time.
Yeah. I know.
It's in your house.
Yeah. Well, like I still have the stuff here that I do, but I'm talking more like martial arts. I don't want to get back into that.
Yeah.
This stuff is I'm trying to make it like at least a bi-daily thing, like every other day, like get on there. But
right.
Is that like a solid strategy, or are you the type of person? So I've heard two different, like I guess realms of thinking when it comes to that. Is there's some people that will say like work to max, like or work to failure, like in terms of lifting weights, and then there's some people that will say whatever that failure point is, do half of that, but do that every day. Like, do you think one is better, or is it one of those things that it's just kind of like?
I would say you wouldn't want to work to failure often. You would do that once a blue moon, because you're gonna destroy yourself for the whole week. Yeah. Especially specific to the exercise. If I work to failure on deadlifts, I'm gonna be destroyed for weeks. So at the same time though, you want to be, you'll hear a lot of people say that you want to work in the 80% range and do that as often as possible, heavy enough to
makes sense
to have a good stimulus, but nothing to where you can't recover from.
I think that's really hard for people who don't know what that feels like.
Oh yeah,
because like you have people that make mistakes.
They go all out.
Yeah, or they don't go
They
enough.
hurt themselves, or they can't recover, and then they repeat it for the next week, and they wonder why they can't progress.
Yeah. And that's my concern with training to failure. It's like the injury.
Yeah,
then you get hurt. Well, now you can't work out at all.
Yeah,
now you're just gonna
or you're too sore to do it the next time.
Yeah,
you would get better results more than likely with frequency. You just do it more often.
I think there's that used to be the mindset of working to failure in like the MMA world, and I think that's changed now because people have gotten smarter. And like especially when you need like train before a fight or something like that, you can't do that. Like
it's one of those things. Like, would I work to failure on a deadlift? Hell no. Yeah. Could I work to failure on curls? Sure. That's not gonna kill me.
Yeah, I'm
just gonna get a massive arm pump, and I'm gonna, that's fine. But yeah, it varies. Just depends what you're doing. I wouldn't work to failure on a squat. Yeah, it's dangerous. Or even if you don't snap yourself and have perfect form, you're gonna be so sore.
Ugh.
So yeah, I wouldn't do that. But could you work to failure on push-ups?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Well, that's your
body weight stuff. Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, you gotta know how to do it.
What?
You gotta be strategic.
Have you ever thought about like making like video content like that? I know it's very saturated. Where like people,
Oh my god.
have you ever thought about doing that?
Oh yeah, I think about it often. Like make a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about it. I just I wouldn't know where to start really. I've had some ideas like just lift tutorials and stuff like that. I've also thought about like if I get enough money one day, you know, travel and visit my favorite, you know, fitness YouTubers. I would like to do that, and then that alone would make good content. But man, now it's hard to get popular because man, there's so many now. But in the beginning of fitness YouTube, you know, there wasn't much. There was a few guys that were good, but now there's tons.
So, man, like I guess in a business mind, I guess that is something that should make a difference about whether or not you should start. But I feel like because even with like making podcasts and like streaming, fucking how many people play Call of Duty on Twitch, you know? But like, you gotta start somewhere.
Oh no, I get it.
If it's something that you actually want to do.
Yeah. And maybe you can help me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you need the know-how or you want to learn how to do it, just hit me up, man. Like, I think that you'd be great at doing that kind of stuff. But for someone who is from our upbringing, like our group nerds, like from someone who's starting at that point, like, what would you suggest for them to like start from? Like you're talking about somebody who's like, I've been playing video games for like 15 years. Maybe I go out every once in a while. My job has me standing at a counter or a desk for 8 hours a day. What would you suggest for somebody like that who's looking to try to better themselves physically? Like, how would you suggest them starting point?
Well, it depends on their goals. So, for one, I would find a coach. You want to find somebody that knows what they're doing, and you tell them your goals. So, you know, whether it be weight loss or, you know, size and strength, you want to find a coach. And, you know, even if you only have time to work out once, twice a week, that's a start. That's a start, you know. Because there's people out there that work every day. They have kids, you know, they have so many responsibilities,
and they still make time.
Yeah, absolutely. So find somebody that knows what they're doing, that knows what goals you want, and take it slow. You don't need to go, you know, balls to the wall, you know, 4 days a week, every day, you know, nothing crazy. Just start off twice a week. That will give you something. So, and then, diet's going to be primarily food.
I was about to get to that because, like, so we talk a lot about like weights and whatnot, but like I think for me specifically with the stuff that I'm trying to do, which is literally just cut down on fat. It's all nutrition, and I feel like that's probably where people don't know, or more so of like, there's so much information out there.
Oh my god!
And so much of it, like,
don't believe everything you hear on the internet.
Don't believe most of what you hear on the internet.
I don't remember if you told me that you wanted to talk about that or not, or if you wanted.
Well, my area is more the strength conditioning route. I'm not a nutritionist. Not even. Not even close. But yes, I wouldn't. Give any advice on that.
I don't know. I obviously have.
I could give you like generic, obvious stuff, but nothing
like
specific. Like,
because
eat less calories.
Yeah, like
exercise. You know. Yeah, that's obviously.
We got it.
My Fitness Pal, folks, it works.
Yeah. But what was the last thing? I didn't catch it.
My Fitness Pal. It's an app. It works. My brother, who's like an inch shorter than me, he was like 300 pounds. He's always been heavy, and dude, the guy's 180 for the first time ever. I'm heavier than him. He's lean and mean. He was heavy. He was like 300 pounds. He's lost so much weight just simply using that app. Tracked his calories. He didn't really change what he ate because he was still eating, you know, his Chinese food, rice and beans and Coke. He just ate less of it.
Yep.
He just did less of it, and he hit the gym, treadmill, cycling, some weights, and that was it. I think when I visited him in Pennsylvania and I showed him the ropes a little bit at the gym, and he saw me, it really opened his eyes up. So it really changed him. So yeah, MyFitnessPal works. Yeah,
MyFitnessPal, big
just track your calories. That's it's good. It plugs in your height and weight, your goals, and yeah.
I guess I kind of touched on it already, but do either of you use like anything like that? I'm assuming do you use that still like now?
I used it for some of my classes because they were required assignments, so they were trying to get
keep
you
track of
to get in rhythm of tracking and what you're eating, your goals, and so on and so forth.
What kind of stuff do you like?
You know what I use? Not a goddamn thing.
Really?
Because I'm skinny as shit.
Yeah, but I mean, you're still trying to put on.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess like you're trying to put up numbers. So like, do you keep track of at least that, or
what? Oh, what I lift? Yeah,
Yeah,
I keep track of what I lift, and I try to eat more than what I used to. Like I try to never be hungry, because if I'm hungry, then I'm like, oh my god, I'm not eating enough. I know I'm not eating enough. I gotta eat more.
Does that track? Or
Well, I was gonna say, Cam, can you handle milk?
Oh my god.
No, that's a serious question. Can you handle milk?
Yeah.
You should try drinking more milk. That's the cheapest way. We're talking what's a gallon of milk is what? $3?
Yeah.
tops?
I've
Whatever.
heard some sources say like,
And we're talking
like
about
a gallon of milk a day.
We're talking about a ton of calories,
Crazy.
a ton of protein.
It's got a lot of stuff.
You're drinking a baby's life force. A baby comes out of the womb, drinks her, his or her mother's milk. It's gonna make you grow. So, now I'm not saying drink a gallon of milk a day. Don't, but I'm just saying
sounds extreme.
You could do.
I've heard that though.
Do a glass with a meal. If you eat 2-3 meals a day, do a glass with each one, and that'll give you a ton of more calories and protein. You probably wouldn't have to do a protein shake with that because that's a lot.
I think that's weird though. I've heard milk has gone from like being the worst thing in the world to the best thing to the worst thing.
It's gonna the vegans will say that it's terrible. These people say that's awesome. Yeah,
it's your opinion is just like
if
drink the shit.
if you could drink
process,
it,
because some people can't process.
If you could drink it and you like it, go on and drink it. If you don't like it and you can't handle it, try something else. Try peanut butter.
I don't see a
peanut
problem
butter is
with
a ton
it.
of calories as well.
Man.
But some people can't handle peanut butter.
Really?
Well, some people are allergic to peanuts.
I guess that's true.
And also, the vegetable oils, a lot of people can't handle that. They get issues with the stomach, so they got to do a different peanut butter brands. Some don't have the vegetable oils in there. And but yeah, you could just do nuts. Milk, tons of calories in those. Meats, but that's another argument. Some people don't want to eat that, but
so besides the argument of like, oh, they're animals, like it's which I'll say I think that is not a wise argument, because at the end of the day, we're animals, and animals eat animals. Some animals eat animals and plants. Turns out we're one of those animals. It's the lion doesn't have a moral crisis over the fucking gazelle that he eats. So the way that's just the way I think of it. Is like,
You're not wrong.
I'm not gonna have a moral crisis over the deer or cow or whatever I'm eating. Like,
just pick the diet that works for you that you could sustain with. It's all about compliance. So if you like going vegan and you could stick with that diet for the rest of your life, go on ahead.
I've always wondered. I saw seen articles about it, but are there huge problems with doing the vegan thing or vegetarian thing, and then having a sharp change? Does your body
Yeah, that one I
Hate
have
it?
no idea.
You have no idea. Okay.
I would imagine.
I've heard
I've heard,
some-
like,
I would
it's,
imagine. Yeah, you might have some stomach issues doing that twist all of a sudden. I don't know. I know, typically on a vegan diet, you'll see people take a B12 supplement because the way you get that is through meats. And there's some crazy algae that has like B12 in it that if you're on a vegan diet, you could eat tons of that. But yeah, that's. And then on the popular thing, keto, the mega high fat diet. If you can sustain that, cool. If it works for you, yeah.
I guess what's your diet look like now? Like
my
for I guess
God.
the both of you.
Let me see. I'm Hispanic, so I eat tons of rice and beans.
Who would have guessed?
You got
Let me see.
the Pat Price.
Yeah.
package.
He saves me a lot of
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
So I'm like, I'm too lazy to make my eggs and bacon in the morning like I used to. So I just kind of give him some money throughout the week rather than spending, money at some fast food joint in the morning.
You
honestly,
don't go to on the run anymore. I can't get any.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he'll give me some eggs and bacon in the morning whenever I'm at work. But I just eat a lot of chicken, steak, rice, potatoes, bananas, plantains, avocado, strawberries, spinach. I love spinach.
Nice.
I feel like you have to prepare spinach in like a very specific way for it to be edible. Like, how do you like? You just steam it? Like, how do you?
Never thought.
Or is
about
it just
that.
like diced into like rice? Or
I
something?
usually just have it with something I order. It's already like
okay,
on
okay,
there.
okay.
But like, I was prepping it myself.
Because like, I don't know. He and I have started doing that kind of more, but it's more of the same stuff usually every week. It's like chicken, rice, beans, broccoli, corn, like stuff like that.
Yep.
But like, I always wonder if like what we're making is optimal. Yeah. It's like I have no gauge on like how much I should be eating. I'm definitely not the type of person that like looks at calories. I should, but I don't. So it's like I'll eat this stuff and then I'm like, well, I feel better than if I had like a Chick-fil-A sandwich or like a burger or some shit.
Yeah.
Obviously because it's better food. But I wonder if maybe I'm eating too much of it or too little of it, or if the foods that I'm eating are good for what I'm trying to do, which is like cut pounds.
Well, your goal is weight loss. If you see that you're losing weight on the scale,
Yeah.
you're achieving your goal.
But can I lose more, Chris? That's the question.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
For all you know, you could ruin it, or you
That's
cut too much too fast, and
Yeah.
you feel like
I
shit.
feel terrible. I have noticed, like, especially when I've been on a kick of now, like, eating a lot less. Like, I will try to have, like, one meal. Like, and I'll have, like, small stuff leading up to that meal, but it's just that one meal.
Oh man.
The thing that sucks is after that meal, later in the day, I'm done. I remember when I was younger and back when I worked at GameStop, I go to work, I come back home, and I'd stream for like 6-8 hours. Now, like, I go to work because of like only taking in X amount of nutrition or nutrients. I get home and I'm tired, like, and I haven't even been like physically exhausted. It's just like I'm out of gas. So like I'll stream, but like 3.5 hours in, I'm just like I'm faded. Like I don't know. I wonder
You
if
might be cutting too much.
maybe.
Yeah.
My thought process is like because I'm eating less.
Or how's your sleep?
That sucks too. That's the worst thing.
Yeah,
You think that's like the
huge.
It is. It's really
A lot of people these days are putting that higher than even nutrition and training.
really?
Yeah.
A lot of people are not getting enough sleep. They're sleeping, 5 or less hours.
Oh,
Something crazy.
Yeah, usually that's
I try to. If I get anything less than 7,
yeah.
I'm screwed. Oh my god! And even 7, I'm already like kind of pissed off that I didn't get up to the 8 I wanted. And because I know if I don't get enough sleep, my training session the next day, it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, you're not fully recovered.
It's terrible.
I wonder how, because like the way my schedule works, I'm usually at work at like 10 o'clock in the morning at the latest, sometimes 9:30. If I'm streaming, if I'm getting out of work at like 6:30 and I'm home at by 7, if I'm streaming from 9, let's say, till like
Midnight.
yeah, past sometimes.
Oh my god.
It's just like then the amount of sleep that I get. What I would like to do is on days that I get home earlier, I'd like to like get those couple hours of sleep in that, like maybe like 1.5, 2 hours of sleep, and then wake up and then start back into things. The problem with that is I find if I do that, now my body wants to be awake longer, so I don't even get the main amount of sleep.
Sounds like you're not getting consistently to bed at the same time. Because if you go to bed at 10, these 3 days, and then
one,
all of a sudden you're now going to bed at midnight or 1 the next day, and you're just all over the place.
Well, what's weird is I almost rarely need an alarm. Even I remember back in my old job when I'd be traveling all the time. Like I was literally on a plane every weekend.
God.
But what's weird is like we'd have 6 o'clock a.m. like call times to be in the venue. I'm up at 4. Like I didn't set an alarm. My body is just like.
So, some people out there don't need much. There's a lot of people that 6 and they're good.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder what that number is for me.
A lot of people.
I feel like it might be higher than what I'm taking like right now.
A lot of jobs. A lot of people are taking stuff just because they only sleep 4 hours.
Yeah.
A lot of professions.
That sounds terrible. There's no way that's
they
good for
they
you.
get a
Pretty sure
doctor
it's good.
prescribed, to just stay awake because they only run off of 4 or 5 hours.
I know, like at my job, people fucking drown in energy drinks.
John
It's
Cena.
fucking-
John Cena said in one of his videos that when he was wrestling, he was only getting 4 hours a day, and then when he
wild.
gets to the weekend, he'll sleep 6 maybe. Like he'll catch up, which is not a thing, but that's crazy.
So that doesn't work, is what you're saying. Like going not from a weekend thing, but like say in my case where I was talking about like the maybe like 4 to 5 at night when you're probably supposed to be asleep, and then later in the day getting like 2. That doesn't mean anything, or it's probably not good for your like sleep is what you're getting at.
You're probably gonna ruin your rhythm.
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Doing that. I remember reading somewhere that there's some people that will like
Do the whole
just
2 hours sleep.
yeah,
Oh my
throughout the day.
god!
I
Don't
don't
get
know
me started
how-
with that.
How can you do that?
There's a reason why there's REM sleep.
Yeah, like
No,
I
don't
don't
even-
understand how you can do that and be well rested. It's not. I mean, sure, maybe there's somebody out there that works for, but like
That's not even practical to me.
You don't think so? No.
That's nonsense. On top of that, like if you do that all day, there's gonna be a point in the day where like everybody else is asleep while you're doing that nonsense,
Yeah.
and it's like, why wouldn't you just be asleep while everybody else is
Well,
and be
I
able to
mean,
function with
That's what I
everybody
was
else?
thinking about.
But think of it from, I guess, devil's advocate. If you're doing that, then during the hours that everyone else is asleep, you would think that you're doing something efficient. So like, if you look at it in the long like span, maybe it's just shaking his head. It's like no.
Do that and
I kind of want to try it.
Do
just
that
to,
and
don't.
try.
Yeah.
Do that and do a heavy lifting session.
Oh, no.
The next day and tell me how that went.
You're probably not going to be sleeping
Yeah.
like that
Tell
if
me
you do a
how-
heavy lifting
yeah.
session.
I guess most.
That's
people
another
can't
thing,
even do
too.
that. Most people
You work out, you're gonna sleep more.
You are.
Hands down. 2 hours. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well, it's like 2 hours and something in 2 hours. You know?
When I was doing 2 a days, 2 training sessions a day, 6 days a week, I was overtraining. It was dumb.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was sleeping like
I think I remember.
I was
that.
sleeping.
I think I remember that.
yeah, because
every time
I was I was young and dumb,
Yeah.
but I was working my ass off for this competition coming up, and yeah, I was sleeping like 10 hours a day, dude.
I know.
I was sleeping like
I remember literally any time I would try to get in touch with you, no way, not a chance. You and Lewis.
Sunday
not a
was my
chance.
only
Yeah.
And then even then, it was just eating and sleeping all day, preparing for the week again. I remember I would go to Steak and Shake, get 2 Royale steak burgers that are like 800 a piece, 800 calories a piece. I think it might be more, it might be 8,000. And that folks has was that 2 patties, bacon and egg on it, lettuce, tomato, cheese, and then I would drive over to Chick-fil-A and get a large cookies and cream milkshake and crush all that and pass out. Yeah. And I would burn all of that. Yeah. And I was still lean. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, some people, I mean,
that's how much work I was putting in. It was crazy.
I think if that is not that, if nothing else is a motivator for people to like exercise, if not
to just eat whatever you want.
Yeah, man. Like I'm at work sometimes and people will be like, yo, you're like eating all this fucking shit.
Yeah, they think you eat,
and I'm just like, yeah, but I'm going running when I get home tonight. Like, and then I'm waking up in the morning, I'm lifting weights. Like, I know that, like, yes, this is not great, but I'm gonna burn this. Like, but some people will just eat it and they stop there.
People see me eating like a big ass steak and a sweet potato.
Yeah,
that's good food.
That sounds great.
And they're like, man, you eat like that? I'm like, yeah, I need the calories.
Yeah.
They think I'm gonna sit there and eat an 80-calorie salad and then go squat 400 pounds the next day. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. That's like, I don't know. You make most of the stuff that we eat.
Yeah.
So like, how does that translate into like your workout in terms of, do you feel like it's enough? Or I know you were saying earlier, like sometimes you feel like you need to eat more.
Yeah.
But
like sometimes it's not enough actually. And that's where it like conflicts, because like you're trying to eat less and I'm trying to eat more.
Yeah.
So then when I do the meal prep, it's like,
all right, dude. There's sometimes I pick up one of those bowls. Holy shit! It's like I'm like, this is 15 pounds. Can hold like what? Like,
yeah, dude.
And then like the next one will be like 5, like because you know, like he'll put like a whole bunch into one and then like not in the other. I'm like, okay, this is the one.
You picked up the wrong one.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Yeah, there's some days too where like I won't think and I'll just grab one of the huge ones and I'll take it to work and I get to work and I'm just like, well, I don't want it to go to waste, so I guess I'll eat it.
You don't even eat the rest of it.
Do you guys work out together?
No.
That might be something we should
No, you should. Know why?
Why?
Because you keep each other accountable.
Yeah, true. I think so. He works out with Neil sometimes, or used to. I don't know. Do you guys still?
We haven't recently.
Okay, yeah.
We should get back into that though.
Part of it was the first problem is I'm too much of a hermit. Like when I'm home, I'm home. Like I don't like, once I've gotten settled in, like I come back from work, I usually don't want to go. Like, yeah, I'll go somewhere immediately right after work. Like if people like, hey, let's go to the gym, or hey, let's go do something, I'll like, all right, cool. I'll stop at home. Let me change. Boom, and I'll go. But once I'm at home and I've changed into my shorts, like the work shirts come off, I'm sitting at my computer. It's a wrap.
In the cave.
Fucking, it's over. It's over. Like it's over. I don't want to do anything. Huh?
You ain't coming.
I'm not coming out. But which is a terrible excuse because I used to come here. So like they were already here. But I felt like at a point our schedules were so like mismatched of each other that it didn't work out. Now it probably would work out. Because he's home a lot more than he used to be. But I'm not. I'm actually gone more than I used to be. I used to be home most of the time during the week, and I'd be gone all weekend. But now it's the opposite. But yeah, maybe we should do that. I just don't. I know our workouts would be very different because I've heard that like I should be focused on like a lot of like anaerobic and aerobic stuff, like for like weight loss. But I've also heard that you need to put on a decent amount of like numbers on plates. Like I need to lift weights too. The problem that I'm having is I feel like I'm putting on a lot more muscle, which I guess I'm okay with. I'm about
to say what's wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not cutting the fat. That's what's pissing me off right now. It's like I'll put on like I'll weigh myself like 1 week after like doing one like thing for like a month, and I'll be like, all right, well, we're at 180. And then I'll be like, man, I feel a lot better like a couple months down the road, and I'll weigh myself and I'm like 190. And I'm like, well, I know why. Like, I know why. Like, I put on the extra 10, and I know it's not all fat, but some of it is fat. So, I guess you were talking about that when you first got here. Like, how? So you bulked on like muscle and fat.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm
how it always
fluffy.
works.
I'm fluffy, Chris, right now.
Yeah.
Folks. Yeah.
Like, do you have a plan later on in the future to like cut the fat, or is
Oh
it just
yeah.
more so like,
After I'm done
this
with
is-
college, I plan to lean down again because right now I'm just studying, lifting heavy, and yeah, that's about it.
How do you? What's your?
I don't even.
You don't know?
My weight?
No. What
Oh.
am I gonna? What I was gonna say was like, how do you intend on cutting that fat?
Oh,
like,
diet.
What do you, just diet.
Diet,
You
absolutely.
just cut back on like everything.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna still do my same routine and diet. Yep.
Mm.
I'll probably get on a high protein diet to maintain as much muscle mass as possible when I do cut.
okay.
So there's a lot of research on that. You'll see a lot of guys, like I'm talking, you'll hear the not phrase, but the recommendation of 1 gram of protein per pound of body fat or
Yeah.
body weight.
I heard that.
So a lot of research is showing for strength athletes in particular, you'll see recommendations all the way up to like 1.8.
Damn.
So almost double
Mm.
the amount of protein that's recommended. So, and man, you'll see some of these guys, they'll look normal and then they look like they just took steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but even then, that seems a bit crazy to me.
Mm.
Just high protein diet, lower my calories, and then, see what happens.
What does a high protein diet look like for you?
Eggs, steak, milk, well, probably a lower fat milk. Yeah, it's pretty much eggs and steak and chicken
Yeah.
and salmon. I love salmon.
Salmon.
Oh my god, salmon's
That's
good.
the thing. I love like salmon and like seafood. This guy hates it.
Just this.
He just fish.
You know how much protein's in a can of
Yeah.
tuna?
He
eat the other
hates
stuff.
it. He
That's why I have
hates
to
it.
eat so much chicken.
It's so annoying.
And you make it bland as hell, don't you?
Well, the grilled chicken, yeah.
yeah. Just no.
Don't be afraid of steak, dude.
We do steak a little bit.
I don't think you've ever bought steak.
No.
Yeah, like it's usually
He's cooking it.
He never cooks it. I always cook the steak because like I like cooking steak over chicken because chicken is just kind of like
Bland.
you throw it in there.
And turkey's
and it does
worse.
the thing.
What's wrong with chicken?
There's nothing wrong.
No, there's
with
nothing
it.
wrong with
It's
chicken.
just preparing it is boring.
A lot of
Steak.
So what?
Steak is
oh,
you can do so much with it. Like I can cook one steak. I can cook two things of steak and they'll taste completely different. Like just in terms of like how you prepare it. Whether
and
it's
different
tender,
type of cuts.
like how you
But chicken you could cook like
it doesn't
you could
matter.
cook
tastes
into
the
it a
same.
different
It tastes the same.
I don't wanna down chicken, but
There's nothing wrong with chicken.
Yeah,
No.
don't you
Eat
down
chicken.
chicken.
no.
But
I hate turkey. I ain't eating
turkey's just dry.
Turkey's
It's just
a worse chicken.
Oh,
I don't
worse.
get it.
Is turkey? Do you know if it's more like does it have more nutrients?
I don't care. I'm not gonna eat
Yeah. It's not happening.
I don't see. It's funny because in my family, we end up making our turkey taste like pork. It's hilarious
Yeah.
because we eat pork the whole year, Hispanics, and then we make the turkey taste like pork. We don't because the turkey's just plain.
Yeah. I don't eat pork at all.
Yeah.
I don't. Not out of choice, but more
So
so
no
out of-
bacon.
no, I haven't had bacon in a while.
Yeah.
Oh
Like
my god, how do you
but-
live?
I don't know.
I want to eat more bacon. Bacon's delicious.
Problem is you don't
So
like
good.
eggs. This guy, I hate it.
You don't eat eggs.
That's the only two things.
It's ridiculous.
It's the
like-
only two things. So like instead of that, I'm eating peanuts all fucking day.
That's true. We do like
All day.
I don't know if you've seen like in there. There's usually a one shelf full of like dried salted peanuts, and between the two of us, that'll be gone on like fucking 3 days. Like
Eggs is nature's multivitamin, dude. It has everything in there.
I'm sure there's a way that like they can be prepared that you'd like.
I'm pretty sure I could do that.
Like
Make an omelet. Put some ham in there, some cheese, some onions.
I don't know about that.
Okay,
Everything
you
to
don't like
kill
onions?
them.
Past that.
all right. I'm not going to just chop up a fucking onion and put it in my mouth and eat it. But like, in one of the meals that I prepare, with the chipotle peppers, for the chicken, there's onions in there. I'm eating all of that.
There's onions?
See, you didn't even know.
No, there's no onions in there. You're bullshitting.
Okay.
There's no way there's onions in there.
Okay.
I would have noticed that.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm gonna be looking in that bowl.
I am not being believed. Okay.
You got any other questions on
I
that?
do. I have one last final question for you. It's kind of pertaining to one of the early ones that I asked you. If money wasn't a problem, time wasn't an issue, what kind of stuff would you do with like the degree that you're working on? Like, what do you? I know we talked about the YouTube thing.
If money wasn't a problem.
Money's not an issue. You have all the money in the world that you need to do what you want to do. What are you trying to do?
And time's not a problem. My God.
You
That goes
graduated,
hand
you
in
got
hand.
your degree. Like you got all this stuff out the way. You've got the experience. My name is Chris.
Well,
I'm doing this.
Yeah. I wouldn't be working right now if money wasn't an issue.
So you just lift
I'd be
yourself.
yeah,
and then
well,
you
I'll
go
just
to work.
be, and if I had my degree, I mean, I'd probably go further, go for my master's. I'd probably travel more, learn from the best. That's what I would like to do. I want to meet, the experts in their specialty. I want to meet the best, martial artists. I want to meet the best Olympic weightlifter, strongman. I want to meet the best in their sport and learn from them. If I could take one thing from each one of those people, yeah.
Okay.
Make content with them, that'd be fun.
Oh, so experience life.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I want to
I think
get
that's
you
the only answer.
Yeah. I just want to learn from the best because I love to.
I want to get you to meet. The thing that sucks is when we were at that powder keg thing, I could have, and I didn't think of it at the time. I should have introduced you to James and some of the guys that used to train with him, because some of them are like, most of them are retired, but they were all like professional UFC fighters.
Yeah.
But like, I think I should introduce you to them because I think there's
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, but also at the same time, I'm still gonna be wanting to help others.
I was gonna say, like, I thought you were going
no,
into more
absolutely,
like the teaching kind of thing.
absolutely. I want to get better myself, but also, help everybody else that needs it for sure. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing what I do.
I think you have to start a YouTube channel because I think that slides right in to where you would be. You'd be able to travel. You'd be able to do the things that you want to do.
I've been just trying to think of something that nobody else has done. Because it's like the same shit over and over again.
Well, that's fine, but think about that while you're doing it.
Right.
That's kind of where I'm at too right now.
Yeah.
It's like I want to do something that's slightly different. This kind of is different, but it's also still the same.
You have these fitness YouTubers that, oh my God, they don't know anything.
Oh
but
my
it's because the way they look. It's like Instagram. It's like Instagram. Because the way they look, they have 1 million subscribers. You have the fitness model women. They look gorgeous. 500,000 subscribors
Preach
or more.
it, Chris. Preach it.
And then you have the dude. You have the guys, and there's plenty of them.
well,
Plenty of them that look like Arnold, that are jacked, shredded, huge. Their content, their information that they give is mediocre at best.
Yeah.
At best, a lot of times it's false and bad.
Yeah.
And they claim natural when if you know
it's
anything about this industry, they're taking something and they're just lying to your face, trying to sell you their program and their supplement.
Or products or supplements.
They're lying to your face.
Yeah.
So I will give credit to some of them. They'll admit it. Be like, I'm not a natural, but I'll tell you
like what you
Chris,
can do.
But those guys, they don't have as many followers as the ones that are lying. And then there's debate. Oh, this guy's natural. This guy is not, because they kind of look like they could be either one. They're like on right at the line where it's like, is he natty or not?
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it would probably fit exactly with what you want to do.
Yeah. Like there's a guy. You should look it up. Mike Hearn.
Okay.
He claims natural. Look him up.
I'm actually gonna do this.
Look him up.
Michael Hearn.
Mike O'Hearn.
Mike O'Hearn.
Yes. He claims that he's natural. He looks like if Arnold fused with
Oh my god.
like Goku. Yeah, he looks crazy.
I want to see this.
And he lies about
There's
a
no
ton
way.
of shit.
There's
He
no
lies
way.
about a ton of shit on his site.
What the
He
hell?
sells you this one product. The product is just duck eggs. It's duck eggs, and he's saying how this will make you jacked and huge, and he tries to sell you a dozen or something for like $700.
Wow.
Jesus.
And he's saying how he's a black belt in some crazy martial arts, that he's a champion in that. Full of shit. But he's a millionaire.
Oh yeah,
He's a millionaire.
he's got the
dude.
shape. He's got the figure.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
the look. He's on the cover
Yeah.
of magazines and all sorts of stuff. He has his YouTube channel. He has.
I wonder how you would. Man, how do you combat that? Like,
That's why I follow the guys that I like. Omar Isov. That guy. I can actually compare. Like,
yeah.
he's awesome. He has good content.
What was
He's
his name?
real. Omar Isov.
Isov.
I like him a lot.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah. He has like 800,000 subscribers. He has really good content, really good information. He's not, sometimes you might disagree on something, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Or he might have some goals that you might not like. But no, he gives great content. He's awesome. I've been following him for a while. But there's others. I got a huge list on my YouTube account. But yeah, that's all I my free time consists of me literally on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just watching these guys, seeing what they do. Yeah.
Same. I mean, that's all I got. I don't know if you have any questions or anything like that for us, but
Cam?
that's really.
I don't know anything.
I don't know.
Why am I
just
here?
Oh, I don't know, man. I think in the realm of what I do, where it's a lot of games and whatnot, it sucks to see people like not care about this shit. That's part of the reason why I wanted you on,
Right.
because it's like.
Right. You go to a convention and you see.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude,
You know who you
don't
see.
you don't have to. You don't. The thing that frustrates me the most is like people now kind of like they glorify that, where it's like,
Oh my God.
where it's like, all right, well, yeah, I'm a gamer, or like I do this, and so because I do this, I look like this, and it's like,
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
like
have
they
to do that,
game
man.
and sit down
Yeah,
for
you
8+ hours
You
a
can
day
do both. You can
eating
do
their
both.
Cheetos
Like, you
and
know,
Monster
like-
energy drinks. Yeah, so
you can both. You can be good. And the thing that I think that's funny is if you look at the professional like esports players, they are in shape.
Yeah.
Like,
are they?
yes,
Or
like
they're just not eating.
probably both.
No,
but like
they're not
Are they
eating.
just skinny?
They're not, no, they're
They-
not.
they
They're
eating.
not in shape. They're just skinny as
they're
hell.
not eating.
Some
They're
of
just
them,
not eating.
Some of them,
Yeah.
some of them are in.
Monster
some of them are in.
energy drink, and they just keep playing.
Well, the thing is,
and
like,
they run off 500
Monster
calories.
and like Red Bull and shit.
Yeah.
That shit is so like not in the scene anymore.
Oh, it's rain.
converted to like G Fuel and like
Whatever.
shit like that. Which
Keep you up.
yeah, keep you awake is the name of the game. But I mean, I have to imagine that those people are
Or,
probably in better shape.
Is it Adderall?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
plenty
the-
of Adderall.
Performance
that's the
enhancing.
controversy
Yeah.
right now.
But
I don't
are
know.
they in shape?
I think they're in better shape than
Are
average.
I could find, for example,
Mm.
that Mexican heavyweight boxer that won the championship recently. What's
Right.
his name? You know who I'm talking
I know
about?
who you're talking
he
about,
beat
'cause
the one dude that if you looked at
Yeah,
them
there's
two,
no
you
reason,
were
yeah.
going to think, man, this other dude is going to kill him. He's not the champion. This 300-pound...
Did you see that fight?
No, I didn't. Well, yeah, I saw the knockout.
Okay.
I saw a replay of that. But if he doesn't look like he's in shape, but I guarantee you he's in better shape than these skinny kids. Just because you don't look, just because you have some pudge on you, and I guarantee there's baseball players that
Oh yeah,
they smoke and
yeah.
they don't look, all that. But man, they'll outrun you. They'll outwork
Oh, yeah.
you. They'll have a higher vertical. They're just freaks.
That goes
Yeah.
both ways too, you know.
Yeah. In fighting, you see plenty of guys that don't look as big as the other dude.
Mark Hunt.
Don't look Silva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Even McGregor.
Yeah,
like
they're
from
not-
what I've heard, like the power behind his punches shouldn't come out of a person that's
It's
that
not-
frame.
It's not.
Like-
You're not. It's not the looks necessarily.
Yeah.
It's just. It's the way they perform. They're in shape. I doubt those guys in
You
the
don't think so?
esports
Because like
I doubt it.
Are.
I don't think so. I'm not.
I'm
saying
not
that,
saying that they're not. I'm just saying like.
I've I've listened to like a couple of them in terms of like their day-to-day schedules.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise is always in there, in all of them.
What are they doing?
I don't know whether it's like running. Like I don't know if they're like lifting. I doubt they're lifting, or at least not.
It's probably running and maybe like
running
push-ups and
yeah.
curls and
stuff
pull-ups.
to keep you like
yeah.
able to like react at a decent like
Yeah.
speed playing a video game.
There is a difference.
Or stretching
between,
and yoga.
There's a
and stuff
difference
like that.
between exercising and strength training. If
That's true.
you're trying to
Yeah.
get strong, exercise.
Whatever
you're
those
not
kids are
gonna do.
doing is not. Yeah, they're just trying to.
You can maintain with exercise, maybe depending on the work that you're doing.
So, I guess are you guys saying that it's possible / likely that those guys are in worse shape than the average person you'd find at like PAX or like some
never
gaming
met-
convention?
It's hard to say.
I would.
I mean, since they're skinnier and have a lower body fat percentage, if we want to go
I
by
would
that,
assume
if we want to go by that criteria, they probably have better blood work due to their lower body fat percentage.
actually
Or they weigh less.
maybe.
Maybe.
Now that we're talking about, it, I just realized I know three people. Two of them who play college esports,
Yeah.
and one person that plays professionally. I wonder. I'm actually going to talk to him next time I see him.
Yeah, they might be healthier in that.
I'm curious as to
aspect.
what
Maybe,
their like
I don't know.
workout.
But they probably eat like shit.
Yeah,
I'm just not
Yeah,
confident.
yeah.
I'm just not
Yeah, I'm not
confident. in them, dude.
Oh man.
When do you see a freaking trying to think of, I don't know, a professional athlete that is also a professional gamer? I don't know. Like, it's not gonna be a thing. Or you never see a really in shape gamer. Hardly ever.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. Oh yeah.
Actually, yeah. I mean, not
It
people
exists. No, it exists. But
There's some YouTubers, but
those
like,
guys
those
you're
guys
naming,
are different.
those guys you're naming,
You doubt it?
they just don't eat as much. That's why
Oh.
they're skinny.
Okay.
I doubt it.
I do know the one girl that I know that plays like collegiate like esports. She's very skinny, like, but
Just because it has the word sport.
oh no. I'm not
doesn't-
saying that.
Yeah.
I mean that's like saying like some professional pool players like gonna be
is
in
a-
decent shape. His-
Or a bowler.
Yeah. My bowlers, I don't know why
They'll
anybody
have,
would want.
they'll have a gut and everything, and
Yeah.
they're just a professional bowler.
and their body is so asymmetrical.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
that's
why
a lot of
anybody-
sports.
Yeah.
Look
Oh, I
at-
guess that's true.
Oh,
Yeah,
tons
that's
of
true.
sports.
That's true.
Even combat ones. If
Yeah.
you have your jab and your
Yeah.
this
Southpaw or
baseball,
Yeah.
you're just gonna be throwing and swinging
Yeah.
in the same way you've been doing it since
Yeah.
day one. Bowling, golf, tennis,
I
like
feel like golf is not. How you?
you're depends, but
you have to have a terrible.
you're gonna have a
swing.
dominant side.
You
and
have
then,
a dominant side, but
a
you
lot
have
of
to have
sports,
a terrible swing.
We're all
to-
asymmetrical. A lot of sports are like that. dude.
Yeah,
You think basketball players are gonna mix up their throw? No, it's gonna be the same one over and over again.
that's true. But I feel like bowling,
Or the quarterback in a football game.
it's
No.
more visible with bowling because of the amount of like consistent weight that you're pushing constantly over and over and over, versus like golf.
That's why they're they gotta fix that through other ways. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't.
Yeah.
Then they end
They
up
gotta
like,
fix their imbalances. Otherwise, you're gonna snap your shit up.
So before like we kind of get to an end here, I actually do want to know. So what kind of stuff do you do now? Like weights, like number wise, like what kind of like where are your strong suits, for lack of a better word? Like what kind of stuff?
My strengths are probably my back and my legs. It shows in my lifts. My deadlift, my squat, my pull-ups and rows are probably like my strong suits. Number wise, I haven't maxed out in a long time, honestly. I've been doing this heavy 3 to 5 reps. Honestly, I don't really go any higher these days because I lift just heavier because that's my goal. I've done a 405 squat for 3 reps, no belt or anything. I could probably, I'm not saying that, maybe I would like to get like a 450 pound squat. That'd be nice. It's probably my best lift. Absolutely. I've done a 506 pound deadlift. It was a weird kilo number, so it come up to a weird pound number.
Yeah.
I could do heavy rows up to like 300 pounds, barbell rows. It's use some body English, but yeah. And then pull ups when I was lighter. I've done 100-pound weighted pull up.
Okay.
Chin over.
Yeah,
I think I could hit my sternum with 90 pounds.
Yeah.
But the range of motion is greatest, so you can't do as much weight. As for like upper body pushing, that's like my weakest area.
Huh.
My best bench is 265, but in comparison to my other lifts, it should be higher. That's why I put it as my weakest area. Because a guy that you typically hear, a 200-pound male should be able to press overhead 200, bench 300, squat 400, deadlift 500, and that's not even what's the word I'm looking for?
That's not like
that's normal.
That's
what's crazy. That's what's crazy. A lot of people don't want to. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's baseline really. Like more crazy numbers. You see guys with 100 pounds on each of those. Like they're squatting 500, deadlifting 6, benching 4. Those are crazy numbers. Yeah. But even then, I would probably lower that standard. Even though I would hate to do it, but like a 135 press overhead, a 225 bench, a 315 squat, a 405 deadlift.
That's where people should be. Yeah,
you should get that pretty quick. Yeah, that's you're not weak.
Yeah.
You're not weak.
Yeah.
At that weight. So yeah, like my best overhead press is 185. So my pressing strength just needs more work. My chest, shoulders, triceps, they've always been a weak point. These days, I'll usually do full body workouts. I'll usually do 2 exercises for my upper body, 2 exercises for my lower body, and anywhere from 5-6 days a week. And for example, I'll do something like I'll squat, pull-ups, overhead press, and 45-degree back extensions. Okay. That's what I really like. And then I'm toast after that. Yeah, I just went hard on each one. And then another example would be like deadlift, barbell rows, barbell bench press flat, and maybe like lunges as my second lower body exercise. And then it'll be stuff like that. And I kind of keep those exercises the same, and I just hit it often throughout the week and just gotta get stronger and stronger and stronger. Because like I don't want to go too much variety, otherwise I wouldn't get good at a select few, and I like the Olympic lifts, but unfortunately you can't do it at my school. There's rules. The snatch and the clean and jerk, they're very technical. They're not really, you need a lot of strength to perform them at a top level, but they're more explosive lifts. I did them a lot. I do it in my garage from time to time. They're very technical. Probably the most, there's like not even a debate. They're the most technical lifts because it's from the ground to overhead. Yeah. Huge range of motion in a single attempt. But so yeah, that's about it. Squat, press, bench, row, pull up, snatch, clean and jerk, lunge. Yeah, those are and then some arm work. I'm gonna start doing some arm work because I need more size on my upper body. My legs and my back is like, just overwhelming my arms.
Damn, you do a hell of a lot more than I'm doing.
Yeah,
good God,
I tried it. Yeah, so
and it's kind of like you got the opposite thing of what I'm going for. It's like, dude, my lower body is weak as shit.
You need a squat. You need a squat
because for a long, like when I first was like messing around with weights and stuff, all I did was upper body. I'd be on the pull-up bar doing like chin ups.
That's everybody.
I can do so much chin ups, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. You gotta learn from the ladies. It's the opposite. You see, go to the gym. You see the guys in front of the mirror because the mirror usually only shows the top half. and they work out what they can see. They work out their arms, do tons of curls, and they work out their chest, do tons of press variations. And then the ladies, they want that big butt, nice, firm legs.
Yep.
And they do their squats. They do every booty exercise you could think of. They work out their legs all the time. And yeah, it's just like the complete reverse of the guys. It's very interesting. So a lot of vanity.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta do both.
Yeah,
And
I
you'd
know
be
what I'm gonna do.
surprised. You'll be surprised when you do start training your legs, your upper body lifts will go up.
Yeah.
Because squats and deadlifts, it's the systemic. Like it will train your whole system.
Whole body.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your whole system's gonna be taxed and be forced to grow. Especially the deadlift. But squats, you could train more often because deadlift's so taxing. You probably only get away with it once a week. The squats, you could train it more often.
I like deadlifts. They're fun.
But yeah, squats, king of lower body exercise. Some people say king of exercises. So, yeah, for sure.
That's the most of the stuff that I've seen. It's been squats has been like
There's
top tier.
tons of studies. Why you think every strength sport, a ton of strength sport, powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, strongman, they squat, and then other sports when they go to the weight room they squat. Football players, it doesn't matter really. But
have you ever thought of like, or you probably have already done this, like doing some very like amateur like pro bono training, like for someone else, like with someone else,
pro bono training, what
like
are you talking
for free.
Oh my god,
Have you?
that's what I kind of do now. Oh my god, I train. Yeah, at the gym, I'll train my girlfriend. I'll train, my buddies of mine in the gym. It usually dies out because then our schedules get mixed and matched. I've trained, many friends. Thinking about training my mom. That's gonna be an interesting one because she has no training experience ever. She's extremely weak. She only has one usable hand, so we can't do your typical stuff. Obviously, it's gonna be no barbells because you need two arms for that. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be an interesting one. Working with special needs, is interesting to me because of my mom. So I'm thinking about doing something like that.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah,
like
That could be.
I was gonna say that's something that you definitely don't see that often.
Yeah,
so.
and that there's a need for that.
Yeah,
for sure.
There you go.
Because everybody has something different wrong with them.
Yeah.
This person's missing an arm. This person's missing a leg. This person has scoliosis or,
it doesn't have to be something that you can see.
Or like,
it could be just something inside that you cannot see.
Right.
Some kind of injury or some kind of condition that they have to deal with the rest of their life.
I forget the term, but it affects you get a muscle atrophy. So it's just like, okay, this person has to, extremely weak. So
that's something I'm truly afraid of right now because when I messed up my neck, that is something that causes that. Like, it's usually like in one of your arms.
Yeah, you'll see people get like a specific neck injury. It'll affect the nerves running to the arms. And you seen Kurt Angle?
Yeah,
he's a wrestler.
Yep.
His neck is huge. He wrestled in the Olympics. He has Olympic gold medal. And if you look at his arm development, it looks nowhere near the proportion of his neck. Like it looks, he should have like 18 plus inch arms, but he has like 13, 14. Like he has tiny arms in comparison to his neck. It looks odd because he has so many neck injuries.
Like
he can't. Just his arms can't grow. The nerve. Yeah, it's just not reaching. It's weird.
That is my number one fear.
Yeah,
it's just like because then at that point
he's broke his neck multiple
so
times.
Many times. Yeah,
that happens.
Yeah.
I
don't know if you have any questions or anything else for Chris.
No, not really. I mean, he kind of. If I had a question, he's actually answered it. It's like the stuff that he currently does in his workouts. It's like I am actually starting a pretty simple workout plan. It's like really simple. I just got to get something where I can feel like I will not die
Yeah.
if I squat.
Yeah.
Right, like something I can actually safely rack the bar back on too.
That's what.
And
That's
dude,
what
I'm
we
just
need.
going,
Yeah,
I'm
just-
going back to the straight up
What-
basic stuff.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
bench press, overhead press, squat, deadlift.
Yeah, basics.
Just really basic stuff.
A lot of people who start should do that, honestly. A lot of people like do what program you can comply to, what you can stay with. You know, you got the full body workouts. You got the body part splits where it's like Monday chest, Tuesday back, Wednesday legs, Thursday arms, Friday shoulders, and that could work. But then you'll have some problems where, I mean, on your chest day, you're hitting your triceps and your shoulders as well. On your back day, you're hitting your biceps and your rear delts as well with all the pulling.
Yeah.
And then your leg day, you're doing everything in the kitchen sink, every leg exercise you could think of. So the next day you can't walk. You get to Thursday arms, but wait a minute. We used our biceps and our triceps
2 days ago.
like on chest day and back day. And then you get to shoulders, you're going to do overhead press. Wait a minute. We hit our triceps on the arm day and the chest day. And that's why you see these people at the gym that have the overdeveloped chest and arms because they're hitting those body parts under separate body part splits.
Yeah.
But leg day is only one day.
Yeah.
They're hitting shoulders, back, chest, and arms multiple times. But they have, that's why you see the memes, leg day. I'm dreading it. I want to skip it. Don't skip leg day. But they do, listen to this. They'll go squat, leg press, lunge, deadlift, leg extension, leg curl, calf raises, hack squats, goblet squats, a bunch of lunge variations, step ups, you name it. They'll do every leg exercise that they want to do. And they're not adapted to it.
Yeah.
And then they can't walk the next week. And then guess what? Leg day comes back again. And they don't want to do it because they know what happened last time. They skip it or they do it again and the cycle repeats.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm more of a, and I'm not saying that method doesn't work. If you could make it work, people do it. That's why I like the push-pull leg. Push-pull leg can work too, where you do all your pushing exercises, your overhead press, benches, and then you isolate the muscle groups that are used that day. And then your pull day, your rows, your pull-ups, and then isolate with your curls and your back work. And then your leg day, you do your leg exercises, and then you repeat. So you're hitting everything twice a week. So that one's really popular. So, and then you have like lift mastery programs where you just want to get good at specific lifts. It's not even so much about specific body parts. Like let's say you're a power lifter and you just want to get the highest numbers on your squat, bench, and deadlift. Then you're going to practice those like 3 to 4 times a week.
That makes sense, yeah.
And you want to become amazing
proficient
at those lifts. Yeah, and then you have your accessory work to balance and injury prevention.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just if you go back to the basics, Cam, you'll see results. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the basics. A lot of people, they'll stay away from those and they complain about the results.
Yeah.
Nah.
I tend to find that stuff is
It stood the test of time.
it's just better.
Yeah.
Like I've used like crazy like equipment. Like, and it's
some
just,
crazy machine.
Yeah, it's just this is cool and all, but like when I'm done with it, I don't feel like I got as much out of it. Whether I just lift some weights.
Yeah.
Like so, and again, that could be different for everybody. Like everybody, bodies are different, so you may be able to gain something more out of it. Before we head out, is there anything that you think that people, the number one most important thing that people probably don't know or don't do that they should do when it comes to either weights or nutrition or anything like that?
Number one thing
that you
do.
like that every time, like you say when you're training people and you're like, hey, you should, like every time you have to tell people the same thing.
I want to say stick with your program and listen to your coach, because like that's like beating a dead horse.
Yeah,
because people want to see results as quickly as possible, and they don't realize that it's gonna take some time. Not to mix up programs too often. They'll try something.
Doesn't give them results in
2-3 weeks, and it's like, this thing sucks. I hate it.
Like,
Then they go to some other program. I don't like this one because it has this problem instead. And it's like they only stick with it for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, do it for
I'd say at least a month.
at least. I was gonna say 2 to 3.
2, yeah.
Try it.
2 to 3
Don't-
months.
2 months. Yeah, and then give it a chance and get experience with it and really know what you like about it. What are the pros? What are the cons? You know, and be like, okay, this ain't for me. That could also be to your advantage. You might have cycles where it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this program for this goal, and then I'm gonna leave that, and I'm gonna have this other goal and try this program. So you might have a 3-month cycle where, okay, I want to bring these muscle groups up, so I'm gonna go with this program. This will benefit me a lot. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go more to a strength program and do these lifts. So that could be really beneficial. But people quit too fast. You see it in the beginning of the year, after New Year's.
yeah.
January 1st starts. The gyms are making tons of money. They're making bank. And everybody has their New Year's resolution to lose weight, go to the gym, gain muscle, get good at this. They have tons of goals. And they go to the gym. And that lasts maybe a month.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a month.
And that's probably because the membership
It's
lasts
monthly,
till then. And they're like, I don't want to pay this no more.
When I'm not going.
Yeah. and then they get to, to the holiday season again, all over again. That'll destroy you. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, New Year's, drinking and eating and the cycle continues. That's like where you get the most out of shape, because those holidays will put it on you.
I feel like though, if you go into those holidays knowing like, all right, I'm about to fucking
People do that. My brother does
and then
that.
you're just like, all right, cool. I know that because I did that, I need to burn this stuff. So you just
or you just control yourself while you're there.
or you could just do that too.
Yeah, just don't go as crazy.
I don't have this problem.
But
But
I bet the genetics.
But yeah, that's where, especially Planet Fitness, they make all their money.
Dude.
But it's genius because
Planet
it's evil
Fitness.
genius because it's only $10. I think to start off you gotta pay like a 50. What is it? You gotta pay something ahead of time or like I forget the amount, but it's cheap, and they continue to make their money even if the person's not going there because the person's like, it's only $10.
Yep.
I'll keep my membership.
One day I'll go.
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh,
I'll
eventually.
go once a month,
Yeah.
twice a month, and I'll keep paying my 10. And that's how Planet Fitness makes their money. They're not in it to help you.
No,
Yeah.
they're just trying
Really,
to make,
it's evil genius.
yeah.
Evil G.
Yeah,
How do
they're
you
giving you donuts and pizza by the front counter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Tootsie Rolls and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Planet Fat.
Not to diss anybody that goes to Planet Fitness, just know where you're at.
Yeah. How do you compare that to like CrossFit and stuff then?
Well,
Well,
whether you like CrossFit or not, people are busting their ass off in there.
yeah.
And I did CrossFit. Some good things, some bad.
Yeah.
I would say looking back now, it was a good experience. I liked it, but it's not for me. There was just some days where, I just wanted to lift. I didn't want to go do 1,000 burpees
Yeah.
or do a handstand walk from one of the gym to the other. I just didn't care. I didn't want to
Yeah.
do any of that, but that would be like part of the workout. I'm like, I just want to squat.
Yeah.
I just want to squat and deadlift and bench and do my Olympic lifts. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to lift weights.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of people in CrossFit. They'll start with CrossFit and then they'll fall in love with something
Something
in
in it,
CrossFit.
yeah.
So for a lot of people to be like, they'll do CrossFit and then they fall in love with Olympic weightlifting, and then they get specifically into Olympic weightlifting.
Yep.
You'll see a lot of people, they'll fall in love with the gymnastics portion of it, where they're doing the ring muscle ups,
Yeah.
the handstand walks, and so on and so forth, and then they'll get into gymnastics. So that happens a lot in CrossFit, where they'll fall in love with a specific thing in it, and then they'll go
think it's a
specialty with that.
That's a good way to like introduce people to different stuff.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah,
That could be the purpose.
you just gotta do it right. It could be done better. There's good, just like any gym, there's good gyms and bad gyms.
Yeah.
Like there's bad CrossFit gyms where they're gonna snap your shit up. They don't know what they're doing. They're overtraining you. They don't teach you they don't teach you technique. They're giving you too heavy of workloads, too heavy weights. They suck. And there's good ones where they progress you. They make you sure that you know the technique. They make sure you're strong enough at the Olympic lifts, and then they get you started with doing the hard stuff. But I don't know. CrossFit's is a tough one. You hear that debating back and forth.
Yeah, I've heard people like slam it.
It could be good and bad.
Yeah.
It could be good and bad.
I think when I hear stuff like that though, I'm in the headspace of like, well, this person had a bad experience, or they've heard of a bad experience, but that's not the program. That's the gym. Like I assume it's that. Granted, I'm sure there's some things that are debatable about like the way that they go about doing stuff, but I think for the most part, the program is a good thing. It's how people implement that program that ends up leaving bad impressions or good impressions on people. But
Well, I think the problem is a lot of times they don't practice. You have every exercise in the book in CrossFit, everything you could think of, you're doing in that gym, and some of the things need to be practiced often, like the snatch and clean and jerk.
yeah,
And some of them are only practicing it once, maybe once every 2 weeks.
yeah,
And a technical lift like that, you need to practice.
dangerous
We were
if you do that.
practicing the snatch and clean and jerk 2 to 3 times a week, each one. And we were making sure we were really strong, squatting, deadlifting, pressing. We were making sure we were strong. And really, we were more of a strength gym than CrossFit. We did a lot of strength stuff, and then we would throw in a CrossFit workout after we did our strength stuff. So it'd be like, we're going to squat and bench today, and then we're going to do this, less technical CrossFit workout. Nothing that'll snap your shit up as compared to like the other popular ones. And that was our method. It worked really well.
It makes sense. It's like you're building a strong foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said in the past, I was young and dumb, YOLO. Sometimes I would go too hard, and I've had my fair share of injuries. Everybody's had. So you name it, I've probably heard it. Yeah, I think I have an injured right meniscus. Nice. right meniscus, right leg, right meniscus. Yeah.
From like poor technique for like.
I'd probably say just overuse injury. It was I was squatting every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was squatting every day.
Crystal machine.
It was too much. And that's part of too much. And like it was getting to the point where I could feel the pain. It was too much. I've lower back, my wrist, but now I feel a lot better now. I'm lifting heavy often, and I'm good, dude. Yeah, I make sure I don't overdo it, and I'm good. I squat 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
I mean,
and I squat heavy. Don't be afraid of heavy weight. You just got to do it right.
Yeah. You also need like decent equipment, I would say too.
Oh yeah.
Like people
do not get Titan Fitness.
You're telling me
Titan Fitness sucks.
Oh my God.
The worst company. You'll get a pallet, and that shit'll be all over the place. Get Rogue. What other really good brands? Alico's like expensive as hell, but yeah, Rogue is good. Rogue's amazing. They make swap.
Okay.
Gold's, depending on what you got, it's better than Titan.
Yeah.
It's better than Titan's garbage. Yeah, you'll find, depending on what the item is, it doesn't even matter, honestly. If it's Titan, like plates.
Yeah, that's it. Plate is a plate.
Now, if it's a barbell, I'd go on Rogue.
Yeah.
Get a Rogue barbell. It's going to be $200, but you're going to get a good bar. A good bar that'll last you. If you get one of these cheap bars from Academy where they're selling it for $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't get that. Yeah, I wouldn't get that. You want a good bar that'll last you. So
What about kettles?
kettlebells?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
those
one of
could
those
be
things
great.
that
You'll
just
see a
kinda
lot of combat athletes use those
Yeah.
because it's a really good conditioning tool. Because I mean, you're just swinging that thing up
Yeah, and
through
it's
the
also
hips
you have
over and over again, and you could build the posterior chain really well. The hamstrings, glutes, low back, and yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I've done hundreds of swings in the past.
That's what I was thinking about.
Really good,
getting
and you
into.
could load them up. I mean,
Yep.
that ball could be. There's a video of The Rock. He has like he has a 200-pound kettlebell,
Unreal.
and it's one of those design ones where it's a gorilla.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, and he's swinging that thing, repping it. But yeah, and then you have, oh my God, there's a guy in his name's Jeff Martone. You should look him up. He's a kettlebell expert, and he's been working with the kettlebell for years. He has a video where he's playing basketball with a kettlebell. He has like a 40-pound kettlebell, and he's going through the legs, making figure eights through the legs. He could do it eyes closed. He could throw it in the air, catch it, flip, spin it. It gets
I wonder
crazy.
if that's the same guy that I've seen.
Yeah, kettlebell's pretty interesting.
There's a
It's like the original dumbbell. The kettlebell is older than the dumbbell.
yeah. So this guy actually trained.
Yeah, he's a combat athlete
Yeah,
too.
he
He's like a
trained-
mixed martial artist as well.
He trained some. I forget his name, man. I forget which fighter it was, but he trained him, and part of it was
Kettlebells.
the kettlebell. But he would go through like it almost looked like what do they call it? Whatever the exercise is that's like a staple in like Japanese culture, where like they get up and like in like offices they'll go outside and like do this like exercise or whatever. It's not like a. It resembles like Taekwondo like movement like exercise.
Tai
Are
Chi?
you talking about Tai Chi?
It might yeah Tai Chi. That's what I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But like it was basically that, but he did it with like a kettlebell, and he would go through all the motions like on your legs, and I was like, that's so smart because like you're strengthening all of these different like muscle groups, and like you're doing with like full range of motion for everything.
And
I
there's
was like,
an
that is
actual
genius.
there's a sport with kettlebells too. I forget what it's called. Dang, I forget what it's called. I was really interested, and I was watching a bunch of videos on it. It's a 2-event sport. I forget the name of each event. You got like the long run or something. I forget what it's called, but these guys, pretty much, you're doing 2 specific exercises with kettlebells at a certain weight, and you have 2. Let's say each one is 30 kilos each, so they're about like 60 something pounds each. And pretty much within a certain amount of time, you have to do X amount of reps, and there's records. There's videos of these guys busting out
I
like
think it's actually just called kettlebell sport.
it'll have a specific name.
Oh, okay.
It'll have a weird name. I forget it. But yeah, and these guys rep out a ton of reps with the kettlebells in a certain amount of time, and that's the sport. And we're talking like they have the weight classes, and some of them when they get to the heavy kettlebells, I mean that thing is huge.
Yeah.
And yeah, they go hard, and they're breathing like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a good combination of a strength sport and endurance sport, because like by the time they're done, they're drained. Yeah, because they're going for it. Because you couldn't max out a kettlebell swing, but you're better off with a you're better off with a deadlift. It's not gonna You don't do a single rep with a kettlebell.
Yeah.
It's not really.
That's not what it's for.
Sounds interesting though.
And but it's cool. It's cool. It's like the OG dumbbell.
Yeah.
It's ancient.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, they had kettlebells back in the freaking Coliseum days. It was made out of stone. It was like, we're talking gigantic.
Giant thing.
Oh yeah, OG dumbbell.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've never seen those. I want to look those up, see what
ancient.
those look like. Damn. I know we keep hitting these like lulls, and like I it's not because I'm like trying to close things out, but it's more so just like every time I think, every time I'm like, I don't have anything else, and then we go for another 30 minutes.
There's this one thing. Here.
Oh yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I got nothing else, man. That's
I'm good.
I got all right. I'm looking. I'm doing this number. I'm like,
I'm good.
I think we made a long enough video.
yeah. I mean, it's all good. I mean, I think ultimately, I want to get to the point where we can do like 4-man kind of things, so we can have a bunch of people around to talk about different stuff. Problem with stuff like this is, I don't. Besides you, James, and like Joe, like some of the people I met through fighting, those are the only people I know that like are into this kind of stuff. But even that small like big toe into like this kind of like fitness, I think it's helped me out like exponentially, like just in general, like in life. So I would like to expose that to people who otherwise wouldn't see it or wouldn't think about it. So that's part of the reason why I had you on. It's probably the reason I had Michael on last week, was like just stuff that people who would be watching a stream of someone playing Call of Duty like all the time would not normally look into. So thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. We got to do this again. I think we'll do it again. I have a friend who's going to come over at some point, and I want to do like a whole like Super Smash Brothers thing.
Okay.
So I think you'd enjoy doing that.
Right.
There's a lot of people that have been talking a lot of shit saying they can beat me and they can't. So and I played the worst possible character in that game. But anyway, not to go on another tangent. Thanks for watching. Every Wednesday at noon, new episodes come up, and randomly throughout the week. Go ahead and follow me on Twitch and whatnot. Do you have like a Twitter or anything that you want to put out there? Or
You're not gonna find me.
no, not yet. Until you make your YouTube channel, then they'll be able to find
Facebook. That's about it.
That's it.
Christopher Rivera.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
You might see me on UCF campus.
That's true. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
about it.
Well, thanks again.
Okay.
Take care.
Yeah.